Hello everyone, I Kuldeep Sharma welcome you all to today's session of 20 GK question which have been specifically curated from today's Hindu newspaper as well as the Indian Express. So before you go through this question, I would advise you to please go through today's daily news analysis and then come back again here and try to solve this question. So let's look at today's questions. So the first questions are that the three new criminal laws, Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita, Bharatiya Nagrik Suraksha Sanhita and Bharatiya Sakshya Adhiniyam were enacted in which year. So I'm not asking you the date of enforcement or the year of enforcement. I'm asking you when it was passed by both the Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha houses and finally made into a law after it was allowed by the president or it was assented by the president, and for that the answer would become C, 2023. Because you can remember these by that what year is attached after these three laws. Okay, moving on to the next question now. So I have made many questions from this Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita and from these three criminal laws only because these are the most important topics for today. Apart from it, you are going to get a majority of questions from the recent win of India in the T20 World Cup because that is also important for us. Second question is the new criminal laws to replace the older IPC, CRPC and IA became applicable from. So they have applicable today. If you are watching it on 1st of July 2024, the new criminal laws comes into force on 1st July 2024. So answer for 2 is going to be B. Moving on to the third one, as per the new criminal laws, a judgment in criminal case is to be pronounced within how many days from the date of completion of trial. So earlier there was no time limit for pronouncing the judgment after a trial process complete. However, the new law allows for or provides for a particular timeline also within which the judgment is to be delivered, and that timeline is the timeline of 45 days. So answer for 3 is going to be B. Moving on, next, punishment for gang rape of a minor has been increased under the new law. What is the maximum punishment for gang rape of a minor under the new law? So earlier, gang rape was not dealt with separately, but now it has been made a separate crime, and now it provides for death penalty as the highest form of punishment apart from life imprisonment also. However, when I talk about the highest form of punishment, it would be D, death penalty. So answer for 4 is going to be D. Chemical or surgical castration is not allowed in India. Next is, which of the following crimes punishable under the erstwhile IPC has been removed from the Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita? So as a reformative process of replacing the old acts with the new laws, the Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita, which replaces the Indian Penal Code, has removed some of the laws. However, some laws have continued to be enforced in the Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita. However, one law which the Supreme Court had already declared that if the government does not change the law or if the parliament does not change the law, it is going to declare it unconstitutional, has now been removed from the Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita, and that particular crime is the crime of sedition. Now this particular crime of sedition has been removed. However, many authors, many criminal jurisprudence authors and their people who are dealing with criminal laws says or they are of the opinion that sedition, although the term has been removed, but the essence of sedition law has now been incorporated into different laws, just such like secession and your crime of treason, which are going to be a new addition in the Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita. So the law which has now been removed from Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita, however, is A, sedition. So the next question is, under the Bharatiya Nagrik Suraksha Sanhita, BNSS, the law extend detention in police custody from the current 15-day limit under the CRPC to up to how many days? So I think this question could have been better framed, because now what has happened is that if the judicial custody is of 60 days, a total of 60 days, then these 15 days police custody can be extended up to 60 days. What this means is that the 15 days, if the police wants to have a police custody, then this 15 days can be bifurcated into different groups. So let's say I ask for a 5-day custody after arrest, then let's say 10 days are there for judicial custody, and then let's say when 30-35 days are over, then I ask for another 10 days. So just ignore this particular question. Let's move to the next question. I'll frame a proper question for tomorrow. The same question would be asked. But if you want to understand this particular concept, what this has happened, then you should go through today's daily news analysis. There we have discussed it in properly. Moving on to the next question, IMD has predicted heavy rainfalls in Delhi and issued an orange alert. Which of the following is not a color-coded alert of IMD? So the IMD provides for 4 color-coded alerts, and these are very easy to remember. So most of you must know these, that these are green, yellow, orange and red. The 4 colors of the last of the rainbows, Vibgyor ke last colors, Gyor. So of these 4, the one which is not here is D. So answer for 7 is going to be D, violet. Moving on, 2 deaths have been reported in Kerala to meningoencephalitis. This infection is caused by a brain-eating amoeba, which is also known as, so I'm asking you, what is the other name for brain-eating amoeba, which is responsible for deaths being caused in Kerala due to meningoencephalitis? Wherever you see this word encephalitis, is basically means inflammation of the brain. So something is happening to the brain, inflammation of brain. Encephalitis means inflammation of the brain. So we have discussed this also in today's class, and the answer is Naegleria fowleri. So this is the brain-eating amoeba's name. Next question, smart city missions in India aims to develop how many smart cities by using digital and information technology for better urban management? So how many smart city missions were supposed to be developed under the smart city mission? So these were 100 cities. For the answer for 9th is going to be B. This has also been discussed in today's class. Next, which standard setting body under NCERT recently released a holistic progress card for secondary school students, basically 9 to 12 students, to evaluate their overall development beyond academics, and that particular standard setting body is PARAK. Okay, so we have discussed this also, so that's why I'm asking you again and again to go through today's daily news analysis. Next, the Great Indian Bustard is a critically endangered species. It is a state bird of which state? So Great Indian Bustard is a critically endangered species, and it is a state bird of Rajasthan and locally known as Godawan. Okay, so it is locally known as Godawan. It is a state bird of Rajasthan. Who has become the first female Chief Secretary of Maharashtra? Chief Secretary is the highest level of IAS officer, the highest bureaucrat in a state. So one question which you can answer in the comment box is, what is the name? What is the name of the highest IAS officer at the center? Or who is the head of IAS? IAS head. Head of all the IAS, all the civil servants in India. Who is the head of all the bureaucrats in India? That is the question for you all. And the person who has become the first female chief secretary is Sujata Sonik of Maharashtra. Next, in the 7th schedule of the Constitution, education is part of which of the following list? So we have discussed this also. The education is right now part of the concurrent list. We have 3 lists: union list, state list, concurrent list. We do not have a residuary list, but residuary item, so item or any object or any topic of interest which has not been made part of any of the 3 lists is put up as, is considered as a residuary item, and it is part of the union list only. But for us, the answer is D, concurrent list. So this has also been discussed. Next, India is developing indigenous conventional submarines under which of the following programs? So 4 options have been given. So the answer correct is P76. So India has already approved or has already completed submarine inductions of P75. Right now we are in the P75I iteration of this project, and the next iteration is going to be P76, where we are going to develop indigenous conventional submarine, and these are going to be produced in India and researched and developed by Indians only. So answer 14th is going to be C. Do not confuse it with P75I. In P75I, although the both in P75 and P75I, although the submarines are being produced in India only, but we are taking help from foreign manufacturer also. But in P76, we are trying to research and develop our very own submarines, and most probably these P76, as of now we are not sure, but these P76 submarines would be nuclear powered submarines. Next question, who is the first Indian woman to score a double century in women's test cricket? So recently India and South Africa women's team are having a test match in India, and Indians have scored above 600, and they have asked South Africa to bat again and bat twice right now, and most probably India is also going to win that particular test match. However, my question is, who is going to be the first Indian woman to score a double century? Who has scored the first double century in women's test cricket? And the answer is going to be Mithali Raj, and Shefali Verma has become the second Indian woman to score a double century. So remember, the first Indian woman is Mithali Raj. Next question, the 1983 World Cup was the first World Cup won by India under the captaincy of, so I'm simply asking you, the first World Cup which was won by India of the 1983 50 over World Cup, who was the captain of Indian team at that time? And the answer is Kapil Dev. All the three were the other three members of that particular team, and Mohinder Amarnath was the man of the match or man of the match in the finals. So the answer for 17 is going to be D, because Kapil Dev was the captain of 1983 World Cup team. Next question, who is the first cricket team captain to register 50 wins in international T20 tournaments? So Rohit Sharma, by winning the T20 World Cup, by winning the finals of the T20 World Cup, has also become the first captain, men's cricket captain to register 50 wins in international T20 tournaments as a captain. So answer for 18th is going to be C. Moving on to the last two questions from the current World Cup only. The 19th question is, which of the following player was awarded the man of the finals in the ICC T20 World Cup 2024? So the man of the finals in the ICC Cricket T20 World Cup was Virat Kohli. Okay, so Virat Kohli for scoring 76 runs in the finals. And finally, the last question, which of the following player was awarded the man of the tournament or man of the T20 World Cup in the T20 World Cup 2024? So it was Jasprit Bumrah who was made the man of the tournament in the ICC T20 World Cup 2024. So answer for 20th is going to be B. So student, these were the 20 GK questions from today's newspaper. I hope to see you again with a new set of 20 GK questions. So that's it from my side. Thank you and have a very nice day.